Area 51 is so restricted, classified, and darn right secretive that the United States government didn't even admit it was a thing until 2013, over 60 years after it became, well, whatever it is. Recently, a Facebook event called for members of the public to meet up and join forces in order to collaboratively storm Area 51 with the intention of, quote, seeing them aliens. But seriously though, all jokes and clapping memes aside, what would happen if you trespassed on Area 51? Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate. You guys love Area 51 and who am I to judge? Nay, I will keep bringing you videos if you keep watching them. Today I'm asking in all seriousness what would happen if you trespassed in Area 51. Before I get into the video, please do take a second to like it. Also, I want you guys to let me know if you have ever trespassed and if you have ever got in trouble. When I was young, my friends and I would go into a derelict barn and drink beer, but the barn was on private farmland, so it was kind of a bad idea, like double-pronged bad. Don't be like me! But also, don't storm Area 51. It's a bad idea. Okay, Area 51. It is a big and highly classified United States Air Force facility in the Nevada Test and Training Range. The area is officially known as Groom Lake. The entire restricted space around the Groom Lake complex covers an area of 4,687 square miles, which is 3 times bigger than Rhode Island. So when it comes to entering, a lot of spaces widely around Area 51 are off limits, meaning you couldn't even get close to the mysterious space without being considered a trespasser. A quick search of Area 51 on Google will lead you to a wealth of heavy-handed trespassing warnings. You'll see signs saying that you're liable to be fined $5,000 or face 6 months in prison, or both. This reflects Section 1382 of Title 18 of the United States Criminal Justice Law. This forbids trespassing on military and naval bases. So trespassing, if you're caught, can land you with a hearty bill or jail time. Even so much as photographing the area could get you banged up in jail. $5,000 and 6 months in the slammer. Whilst that does sound like a lot to me in my economic situation, I imagine that actually there would be people out there with the time and money who would consider it worthwhile to trespass. Elon Musk, for example, seems pro storming Area 51 on Twitter, and he is rich and also hella curious, and he could afford a good lawyer. All that being said, if you were caught trespassing at Area 51, you could be risking your life. The base is an Air Force and military base and is manned by armed security. Have a look at this piece of footage to see what happens when you enter the restricted zone.
I knew you should. I know.
Listen, we're gonna give you guys a chance, okay? Get on your bikes, get the out of here. We'll call Lincoln County and they'll write you each a $750 ticket.
Okay.
We're out of here. Thank you.
As you can see, hello armed camo chaps. This isn't an isolated incident either. In October 2012, 12 people from a BBC film crew were held at gunpoint for 3 hours after sneaking past the border to the site. The crew claimed that the Lincoln County Sheriff's Department arrived on the scene. It was also said that Washington telephoned London to berate them for the intrusion. Of the team, Darren Perks spoke out to the press and said, "I managed to talk to the guards a bit and one told me that they could, I quote, make you disappear and your body will never be found." He also pointed out that an Apache attack helicopter had been scrambled and had been monitoring us for 2 miles away, and that over 20 military guards had driven up from the actual base to deal with the incident. There were quite a few of them with guns. Wow, sounds pretty intense. Rest assured, while some have made a lucky escape, others have actually met their end trying to break into Area 51. A man was shot dead in January after attempting to enter the military base. The man, who hasn't been identified, drove through security at Checkpoint Mercury, 70 miles north of Las Vegas, and was gunned down after an 8-mile car chase. In the car chase, he refused to adhere to verbal commands and was shot and killed as a response. So, what if you trespassed on Area 51 as part of a massive group? A massive group of, say, 3 million people planning on seeing them aliens? Well, the United States Air Force released a statement to say this: "The United States Air Force always stands ready to protect its assets and would discourage anyone from trying to come into the area where we train American armed forces." That isn't as heavy-handed a statement as they could make, or it could sound, but trust me when I say that they will kill you in a last resort situation. Any raid on a United States military zone, probably, I'm not sure what you would expect to happen here, but it would be serious. serious. Raiding and storming drama aside, and moving on from the law and the fact that you might be shot, I have to say trespassing on Area 51 in general is dangerous. The land in the Nevada test and training range was used in nuclear detonation tests and is likely still contaminated in some areas. You don't want to expose yourself to harmful nuclear radiation. Beyond that, we have no idea what else might be lying around. Weapons, traps, it's a military training ground after all. You do the guesswork. It isn't a safe place to go exploring. I feel like here would be a good time to note that as per section 1382 of Title 18 of the US Criminal Justice Law, it is also a crime to intend to trespass on Area 51. So to summarize, what would happen if you trespassed on Area 51? Well, you could be fined a largish sum of money. You could face a year in jail. You could be shot at. You could be unintentionally harmed by what you found inside. And of course, you could die. Is it worth it to see them aliens? Well, considering we have no proof that they exist, and if they did, the government probably would have hidden them elsewhere a long time ago, I'd say no. What do you guys think though? Why don't you let me know in the comments section down below. Do you think it would be worth it? Have you ever trespassed anywhere? Did you get caught? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Before I go, I'm going to read some comments from a previous video. I asked, what are scary games you shouldn't play? And this is what you had to say. Jobo Yogi said, Kingdom Death, Monster Deep Madness. Those are your scary board games. Kim Jong-un, one of our most frequent contributors, provided their insight. The dictator wrote, I like Pyongyang Racer, the first North Korean video game. You drive around the streets of Pyongyang admiring the sights. Lovely. Illusion said, finally, they stopped talking about Area 51. Oh, oops. Sorry. Thank you guys for watching this video. Once again, please do leave a comment and a thumbs up if you like our content. If you haven't yet clicked that big, beautiful notification bell, then do so now. And if you're not a subscriber, then become one. Why not? It's free. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm your host, Rebecca Felgate. I'll catch you soon. But until then, please do stay curious, stay alert, and never ever stop questioning.